Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another week, another edition, another episode of us getting right back here in the spotlight. What's going on? It's your guy, Jeff Will. We have an awesome night, an action-packed night. So you guys need to go ahead and tell somebody to like, share, add, comment, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. But make sure you're on live with us right now. We have some amazing artists that will be gracing the spotlight tonight, so you do not want to miss that. Make sure you go ahead and tag your cities, put your cities in the chat to let us know where you guys are listening from tonight, because it's going up in a major way. Listen, before I get going with the show, make sure you guys text gospel to 39970. That is 39970, so you can be on the A-list for all the updates concerning the news and concerning the releases of your favorite gospel artists. That is gospel to 39970. Make sure you text gospel to 39970. Let's get into our first interview. Let's do this.
We have the privilege and honor of talking with Kay, who, of course, is the creative wonderkind behind Covenant. Kay, welcome to In the Spotlight with Kerry Douglas. We're so very grateful to have you with us today.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're excited because you are bringing the Bible to life. It's the Bible told in modern day situations. So tell us how the idea came about.
Well, I grew up in the church, and so I've been in film and TV as an actress for the past 5 years. And so I always wanted to see, a faith-based series that was edgier, that was thrilling. And because let's be honest, these Bible stories are full of drama. And I wanted to see something that was like that on the screen, but also something that you could learn from, something that had a theme that went back to God's promise for our life. And so because there was a lack of that in the market, I figured, let me go to writing school and let me figure out how to write, the stories that I want to see on television for myself. And it's been a blessing along the way to be able to have all Black believe in that vision and see it come to life.
And Kay Singleton, you are a decorated writer as well as actress. Give us a little bit of your resume.
So I started taking classes here in Atlanta at Bridge 17, and that kind of catapulted my writing career. So I started entering into film festivals and script writing competitions. And so from there, I won 3 awards for best screenplay, best comedy screenplay, best drama. And, there's different script writing competitions, whether it's Coverfly or and you can move up the ranks to be a semifinalist and then a finalist, and then you get interviews with different directors and producers in Hollywood. And so that's where it all started. And once I got those accolades, that's when actual networks started to pay attention, and I had some pitch sessions, and we took a short film idea and turned it into a series, which led me to All Black. And I pitched 4 or 5 different shows, which they were interested in 4 of them, and the Covenant is what stuck. So it's been a very fast journey, because it's literally started, I want to say in 2016 when I first started, but then it's been a blessing. God has completely had his hand over this. And so I'm truly grateful that I've been able to excel in something that I didn't know initially that I could do in a real way. So I'm truly blessed, truly grateful.
That's wonderful. And of course, you've assembled a admirable cast of characters that you have that are playing wonderful roles. And again, tell us the overall experience of being able to have the opportunity to do All Black, and then Black cast and the cream of the crop of African American actors and actresses.
You know what? I was just actually at a event with Kasim Reed last night, and I was bringing this up, how there's not many Black creators and Black producers and Black writers here where the actual project originates in Georgia, right? They fly in from LA or New York, and there's big studios and big networks that film here, and it's a $900 billion industry, but there's very few that actually everything originates here, and you're able to have writers and creators and have something on the screen here. And so what I will say is that All Black afforded me the opportunity to tell a story as a Black creator, as a Black showrunner, as a Black producer, hiring Black leads, telling Black stories here in Atlanta, where so many stories are told, but they rarely originate from us. And so that's something huge that I think All Black is doing, that they do have all Black creators, they do have all Black writers, directors, and they're adamant about that. And so we have to keep these avenues where our stories can be told by us and for us. And the cast. So the cast, I've worked with them, so most of them a lot in my career as an actor, whether it's been on The Oval or Saints and Sinners or Tales or The Quad. And I was collecting friends and mentors and confidants along the way. And so when I told them about Covenant, a couple of years ago, when I was thinking about it, when I started writing it, they were like, oh, yeah, we want to do it. So when I made the call, they were so easy to say, hey, I'm down for you, whatever you need. They didn't even read the scripts. They said, I'm here, I got you, whether it was Michael Anthony or Jasmine Burke or Rico Ball or Erica Page or Miss Karen Moore, who plays the First Lady in The Oval. It's just or Anthony Dalton, let me not forget him, and the amazing Phil Morris. I've just been super grateful and thankful that these actors took a chance on me. Because they believed in me and they signed up, no matter what. And so I love them for it. And it's a family here. It's a family of creatives and artists, and I love that.
Fantastic. Tell us where we can find Covenant online, and where do we go?
So please, if you don't have the app, download All Black app. We have new episodes dropping every single Thursday. Part 2 of The Promise drops today. And if you've seen part 1, I promise you, no matter what you thought was going to happen, it's not going to happen. It's going to keep you on the edge of your seat. Also, The Vow drops next Thursday. That is a new episode, a new story. And we're going to go to the deep end of the pool with this virus and healthcare and all these things with a Bible backdrop. So it'll be interesting to see if you can guess which story that one is based on. And then the retribution and the enemy follows up. So every Thursday, new episode drops. So please check us out on All Black.
Fantastic. Kay Singleton, we're so very grateful to have you with us again, and we're wishing you again congratulations on Covenant, and the best of everything is coming your way. Thanks again so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
You okay? You okay?
Well, good morning, kiss, baby.
I thought you were still asleep. I didn't want to wake you. Good morning, baby.
Good morning.
Malcolm, you know I have to be on set by 6:30.
You're not gonna be late, baby.
You say that every time, and I'm late every time. You know they're starting to think I'm a diva.
You just starting to think that? How about you blame me?
Oh, on you. Malcolm Fuller, 6-time NFL Pro Bowler. And league MVP? I don't think so. They're gonna burn me at the stake.
You know what? You might be right.
I know I'm right.
You're right. That's how I'm gonna
What?
hear you. It's time.
We're going to keep the night going. Let's get into our second interview of the night right here on In the Spotlight. Let's do it.
We are here, of course. It's our honor to have Josh Copeland to share with us on In the Spotlight with Kerry Douglas. So, Josh, first and foremost, we want to say welcome to In the Spotlight, and we're very grateful to have you.
Man, thank you so much for having me, brother. I appreciate this, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, we know the story of Josh and Sunday Best, but of course, there is a backstory that got you to Sunday Best. So please share with our audience your music ministry opportunity and experience.
Oh man. First of all, let me just say God has just been amazing down through the years, man. He's been blowing my mind. I started singing at the age of 7 years old, and I was singing just around the house, playing around the house, and I was singing a commercial. And my parents was like, "Hey, you can sing, you can sing." And then from that time, I just been doing praise and worship at my home church. And then from that, I had the opportunity to, I want to think I was 12 years old, I had the opportunity to open up for John P. Key. So I opened up for John P. Key. Man, I was so nervous to do that. But anyway, I opened up for John P. Key. And then from John P. Key, the opportunity has just been phenomenal. From John P. Key at the age of 12 to Karen Clark Sheard, Dorinda Clark Cole, Donnie McClurkin, Anthony Brown. Oh my God. And the list goes on and on and on.
Absolutely. I am fond of your gospel music legacy. We got to know you, of course, because of your doing the song Uphold Me, which has become a classic for the Winans. Tell me who else has been formidable in helping you shape your sound and technique.
My brother, my brother has been really influential in my life. George Mendel Copeland is his name, and he's been my right hand man. And yeah, he actually we was having a conversation, and he was like, "Hey, what you think about doing the song Uphold Me?" The Winans classic. And I was like, I said, I'm a Winans fan, so I was like, yeah, I'm with it. I said, I don't know how the people will receive it, but I'm with it. I'm with it. He was like, listen, man, you got to do that song. You have to do that song. He was like, it would just set you apart. It would just set you right. I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Say no more. Let's get in the studio and make it happen. And that's what we did. We got in the studio and we went on and just made it happen.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Of course, you have an EP that we are enjoying. Of course, this feature song, of course, is All Things Working. Tell us about the message of the song and what it means to you.
Oh, man. All Things Working was written by a friend of mine named Larry Vaughn. And when Larry wrote the song, I told Larry, I said, Larry, I want that song for my project. This was last year. And I said, I need this song for my project. I said, we need this. The world needs this song. You think about it during this pandemic, you either had COVID. I know I've had COVID.
Wow.
My wife had COVID, my kids, my parents. It just spread, you know how COVID does, it just spread. And in that process, man, it was just so hard to just watch your loved ones battling through that. And I just kept believing God that he was going to bring us through it. Your main thoughts is, oh God, you don't want to die.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, I don't want to die. I don't want nobody that I love to pass away from this. And but God brought us all through. Thank you, Jesus. He brought us all through. And in that course of it, it's just, if you didn't have COVID, you knew somebody that died from COVID, or you was afraid to catch COVID. But however, we are all, you and I, everybody, the whole world is dealing with the same issue. And it's just good to know that all things are still working for our good, whether we believe it, see it or not, it's still working for our good. Romans 8:28 tells us that we know that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. And, and I know I love them.
Yes.
I love them. So I know it's going to work out for our good. So that's what I told Larry. I said, Larry, we need this song. We need this song to help us and get our minds right. A lot of people's focus is so off because of what we're dealing with. There's people that, that stop believing in God. There's people that they're just fed up and just tired of life. But it's just good to know that it's still working for our good. However your situation is, it's working for your good. And you have to believe it. Yeah.
Amen. Words to live by, and again, to make sure that you're placing your trust in. So, of course, with the EP, I'm sure that you have some songs that you would classify as favorites. What would be your signature favorites, or the songs that stand out to you for you as far as this EP goes?
Oh man, bro. It's kind of hard because it depends on what day you're on. I really, and I'm not saying it because it's my project. I really am not. But I have to say, Danny Weatherspoon, who produced the whole project, he did an amazing job with this project. There is a song on there for everybody, and it's a song on there for whatever your need is, whatever day you're on, that song will fit that need. There's a song called Real. Real just talks about how real God is, even in your bad days and where you feel like your dreams and your ambition, they won't come to pass. But God said, give it to me and I'll make your dreams really real. That speaks on my behalf. I used to work with a group of young people um, from the age of 13 to maybe 19 or 20. And I would just listen to them tell me how they had dreams of doing this and dreams of doing that, and then following their lifestyle, and how sometimes things do take a turn and you get bent out of shape and you feel like what I'm dealing with, I won't come out of it. My dreams that I want to do won't really happen. And the song just says, give them to me and I'll make them real. And so that's one song, Real. Oh How is another song that just speaks about how much God loves us. And it just talks about the love of Jesus Christ. That's a very good one. A lot of people are really talking about Oh How, and how Oh How is really blessing them and really getting them through those tough times of their lives. So yeah.
Absolutely. So there's something
Yeah.
for everyone on the
It's
project. That's good to know. Good to know. If we need
yeah.
to reach you via social media, how do we find and connect with Josh Copeland on social media?
Yes. On Instagram, I am Josh Copeland. On Twitter, I am Josh Copeland. And TikTok, I am Josh Copeland. If you're on Facebook, it is Josh Copeland.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, we certainly appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to chat with us about what's going on in and around your life. Again, I dare not leave out the fact that you are a family man with a wife and kids. And how do you have the opportunity to do balance, or is there such thing as balance in your life these days with everything that's going on?
Oh yes, most definitely. It has to be a balance. Because you know that old saying, happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely.
So you definitely want the balance. But we're doing very well. I have my work life and then I have the family life. The best part of life is the family life. I'm not just saying it because we're talking, but it is really, I love being around my wife and kids. Just the interaction, and just I'm enjoying life with these people. And I'm just grateful to God. I'm grateful to God. You know, we take time, we do family time, we even do communion. We take time and just do a family communion just to teach the kids about the blood of Jesus Christ,
Yes.
just so that they'll know and that they can turn around and teach to their kids. You know, my main thing is I just want to be the best dad that I can possibly be. I don't want my kids to ever grow up and feel like my dad wasn't there, or my dad didn't do this, my dad didn't do that. Same with my wife. I want to be the best husband that I can humanly possibly be. And yeah, so that's my goal.
I love it. Fantastic. Again, we appreciate you. Thanks for this time. We're wishing you the best in all of your endeavors, and we hope that we get again a chance for you to talk with us again real soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I don't worry about a thing, 'cause I know He watches me. Though the fire surround me, I won't fear. He's there with me. Yes, sir. For I know all things are working. For I know all things are working for my good. For I know all things are working for my good. For I know all things are working.
You having fun? Oh my God. Listen, let's get into our third interview right here on In the Spotlight.
All right, welcome back to In the Spotlight with Kerry Douglas. We are pleased to have with us the legend herself, the incomparable Miss Arlinda Garrett. She is the wizard behind the Music Business Empowerment Conference, which just finished its successful session at the beginning of October. Miss Arlinda, welcome to In the Spotlight. We're very happy to have you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited about being here. Mr. Kerry
Absolutely.
Douglas, Black Smoke, worldwide. Oh my goodness.
Indeed, it is a pleasure. Arlinda, you have a decorated history in music business. So tell us a little bit about your time in the industry.
Actually, I started in the industry as a mail clerk, believe it or not.
Wow.
Started
Wow.
in somebody's mailroom. And actually, if you watch Netflix, you'll see a story about the Black Godfather, Mr. Clarence Avon. That's who gave me my start in the industry. And a lot of my character and my beliefs I brought forward with me. I realized as I reflect back that it was really because of him. And so my first hit record was on Sussex Records, and it was Bill Withers, Ain't No Sunshine. And so from there, I just kind of went from one record label for a few years and then another one. So I've worked with people like MC Hammer, Jermaine Dupri, Jay-Z. But like you said, very decorated, very colorful background of promotions. Then I bumped into Mr. Kerry Douglas a few years back and had the pleasure of being introduced to gospel music promotion. And back then it was Ernest Pugh, Rain on Me. James Fortune had a hit, We Worked. And now up to date, the most recently, it's it would be Colonel Loud. And most people remember him from the Young Dolph record, California. That's his biggest record, but we just came off of a really big one, Sirius. And don't forget, I helped with the Pastor Mike Jr. And I'm working Ernest Pugh again. See how good God is?
Yes,
Brought me
he is.
full circle, brought me right back around.
Indeed, indeed. And even in the midst of all of that, keeping a very busy and a very hectic schedule, you had the time to put together this wonderful conference. And I like the premise of the conference, which is to edutain, which means that you're educating as well as entertaining. So
Absolutely.
tell us how the conference came to fruition.
Actually, kind of going back to my early beginnings of the industry, I started out going to a conference called Jack the Rapper. And I know you probably heard stories of Jack the Rapper. All kinds of things happened. Tupac was alive. There were shootouts. There was all kinds of things. So I wanted to bring that same aspect of the industry where the person who's trying to get in. I remember how difficult it was for me to really manipulate and maneuver my way into the industry. But Jack the Rapper, that conference brought everybody together, all of the label heads, the distributors, the artists. And I said, you know, we're missing that. And this was 7 years ago. In 2014, I said, here's my time. This is my time. I'm going to go ahead and put this conference together. God gave me the vision and he gave me the provision. Because I tell you, as I'm sitting here today, I had no clue as to how I was going to pay for that conference. And now fast forward, we're here 7 years and it's been wonderful. Colonel Loud actually got his deal at the very first conference in 2014. So, and we've done quite a few things since then, a couple of distribution deals. I have a young lady by the name of LA Love, the boss. She just recently landed a deal that I've been working with her on radio. But the Music Business Empowerment Conference is so that people who can't go to LA to meet label executives, people who can't go to New York to meet these label executives, these distribution owners, I bring them here. I bring them to Atlanta. And we convene at the Renaissance Concourse Atlanta Airport Hotel. And it's 2, sometimes 3 glorious days of information. We have talent showcase where new and upcoming artists can showcase their talent as well as signed artists. We had a couple of artists this year to come out, and Jay Howell, he graced us and he's on the rise. Watch out for that young man. So people are able to come, make those necessary connections, because that's what I attribute my success to, is the relationships. You can't do anything in this world alone. But when you have great relationships all over, everywhere, and you can reach out and touch somebody and say, hey, I need you to come to Atlanta. These people need to meet you. They need to hear what you have to say. How is this being done now? Things like that.
Fabulous. I couldn't have said it better myself. Again, just it gives credence to the adage that nothing grows in isolation. We thrive in community. And again, relational is just the way to go. Absolutely. Arlinda, you are also, I guess, what we would consider an anomaly because you are African American and you're also minority female. So tell us the different types of challenges you faced in getting your career on the business side of, we often hear about the artists and the challenges that they go through, but tell us a little bit about the experiences as you've had on the business side of the music industry.
Well, I tell you, the old adage of it's a man's world. I decided not only to be in a man's world, but then jump straight into his business. So when a male dominated industry. So when I started, there were very, very few women out here that was doing anything as far as promotions. You might find a few managers, things like that. But my biggest challenge, I think, was just to get my male counterpart to look at me equally, trying to get my male counterpart to accept me as an equal. I'm definitely a female. I'm not trying to do the things that men do, but when it comes to work, I think it's equal opportunity, no matter if you're male or female. So that was really my biggest challenge. I guess they used to say cute, being cute and intelligent, it kind of cut with a double-edged sword. So sometimes, looking a certain way, people don't think that you're serious. And at that time, of course, I was much younger. So they're not taking me serious. You know what I mean? So I had to make sure that I constantly kept that business attitude and profile when I was doing business. Whenever even now, it's just the presentation. If you present yourself as a serious individual, I think you'll be just fine because it worked for me. I made sure that they understood this is not a game. This is how I eat, and this is how I pay my bills. So it's real.
That's viable and very credible. Again, noticing the changes as far as the music industry is concerned, it is ever changing, ever evolving. Where do you see the music business headed? Where do you think we're headed as a business entity?
Well, I think that we pretty much landed. We're there.
Okay.
We're in the world of streaming. Everything is streaming, everything. So, I think that we've arrived. I know we won't go back to doing things the way we did pre-pandemic. Even before the pandemic, though, the industry was changing and it was headed in a way into this area or arena of the stream world. So you really have to understand the streaming. You have to understand how to gain followers. The internet is it's definitely a big part of the success of an artist. So I've had artists who have come to me and they want radio, and I look at their internet and I'm like, oh my God, we have work to do. So it's definitely, the industry is an online servicing entity now.
That makes sense. Again, very much so words of wisdom to pass on to aspiring artists. What would be, again, the end all be all that you would make sure that an aspiring artist these days have as far as essentials that will make or break them in the industry today?
The real essential again, I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to nail it till I nail that thing home. And that is, if you treat it like a business, it'll pay you. If you treat it like a game, it will play you. So all my artists, the aspiring artists who are up and coming, that's the difference that I've seen throughout my entire career. Those artists who treated this industry like it was a business, they got paid and they're still around.
Wow.
The ones who played in it, wasn't serious, didn't want to show up to their interviews on time, couldn't remember where they're supposed to be on what day, all of that foolishness, that tomfoolery, I call it, it's out the window. They just got played. They're the one-hit wonders.
Wow. Arlinda Garrett, those are words to live by. Tell us where we can find you on social media if we want to find out more information about the Music Business Empowerment Conference.
I am on social media under Arlinda Garrett everything. I believe in making it very, very simple. Arlinda Garrett. Instagram, Facebook. We do have a website if you'd like. Also, you all can follow us at MBEC Music. That's on Facebook. And our Instagram is MBE Conference. So we do have those two. We are already planning for next year's conference for 2022.
Yes.
So please follow us. Hit me up on don't DM me because, child, I may not get to a DM for about a week or two. I'm not sure if I know how to get there, but anyway. But just hit me and I promise you I'll hit you back.
Fantastic. Miss Arlinda, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to share with us some words of wisdom and some wise nuggets that we can take application and make great use of. You are a living legend, and we are very happy to know you and very grateful that you share with us here tonight on In the Spotlight with Kerry Douglas.
Thank you. And this was our souvenir booklet. This was our 7th year, as I told you. And this is the booklet that we did for all of our, I have another one.
Okay.
All of our advertisers. So this was something we did for the first time this year. So this is Rock Nation was one of our biggest supporters, Atlantic Records, E1 300. Thank you to everybody, and especially Black Smoke Music Worldwide.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to MBEC next year, 2022. We're going to make sure that we're a huge part. Thanks, Miss Arlinda Garrett. We appreciate it.
Every time I done needed money, honestly, straight up, I make beats.
There is a value to everything that you do.
Much stuff out there. When somebody hears something different, they want to hear it again.
You see that women are so underrepresented and underpaid in every area of music.
I'm frustrated over you.
So we want to give back, we want to drop the nuggets, we want to give the information, but we can't do it if you don't show up.
If you're not here at the music conference, you don't need to do music, period.
Coming out for Christmas, Kerry Douglas is coming out with a Christmas compilation project alongside his gospel mix project that you need to check out. Listen, don't believe me? Just watch.
Kerry Douglas presents. Let's go. It's the Gospel Mix Volume 11 compilation CD. 18 tracks of the biggest radio hits of 2020, like the award-winning Pastor Mike Jr., Demetrius West, plus #1 songs from Ernest Pugh and Zacardi Cortez. Also, hear the classics like Greg O'Quinn and Joyful Noise, Ted and Sherry, and new music that moves your soul.
Created to win.
Algernon Wright, Created to Win. Plus, Angela Wilson, featuring Molly Music, Winner, and you heard it here first. What will be one of the biggest praise and Christian worship songs of 2021. Lachey Knox, God of Miracles. Kerry Douglas presents Gospel Mix 11. Available in stores and on all digital outlets now. Text Gospel to 33970 for music, giveaways, and exclusive content.
Did you not enjoy the spotlight tonight? It went up in a major way. Shout out to all the artists. Shout out to the industry execs. Shout out to everybody who came and graced the spotlight. It was so dope. Listen, make sure you go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe. Do whatever you got to do, but make sure you are in the mix. Right here on In the Spotlight. Make sure you text Gospel to 39997. That is 39970, so you can be on the A-list and make sure you're back here. Listen, it's your guy, Jeff Will. I'll see you next week right here on In the